Okay, team. So today we are going to set up the forum post index page so that you can see all the latest posts and browse by category and view the post. So let's get started. I'll quickly show you what we're building in here. So I'll bump that up. So what we're looking at here is the forums index with showing all the posts, and then we're going to just list all the posts as they come. We're going to need to add looks like we're going to have a cover image here, so we'll probably need to add that to the edit post screen. But this is what we're looking at building. And then the next part is browsing the categories. So we'll need to set up something like this. So let's jump in. Okay, so firstly, we will jump into the source code here and then go into the pages. And then we have posts. And then we need to create a new route here, which will be the index.tsx page. So we'll set that up. So this will be posts page. And then what we'll do here is we'll just write posts. This won't have any props coming into it right now, so we get rid of all of this. I'm just going to console log here just so we don't lose this. And now we should have, let me just double check that the server's running. Nope, npm run dev. We've got our post page now. So first things first, let's set up our mobile layout. So let's import that. So it's import mobile layout. We're going to wrap the whole thing in there. There we go, back to normal. All right, so we need to do a few things. So we're going to look at this. So we're going to call it forums. We'll add that in, and then it looks like we've got a gray background, which probably doesn't work for us. So I will just quickly jump back and see if we can fix that design. The background's white, but then each one of these posts will have to have a stroke. So if we just drop this down to about 10%, so we'll do something like that. Probably round the borders as well. Okay, so from here we're going to go into our search page. I just want to grab this flex here and this heading. So we're going to chuck that in, and then we've got a heading. All right. Now get rid of this. We're just going to call this forum. There we go. Sweet. And then the next piece is this button here. But I think what we can do to start is probably just leave. No, maybe we'll put that there. We'll put the button in. So that'll be here. Let's put that in a flex, and then we'll have a button in here. And this will be create post. And then the button style will be very similar to our front page where we have, let's see, where is that? I'm looking for this yellow button. The add your build. So let's look for that. Add. Let's see, it's a button. That's the gray. It's probably this one here. So we'll use that same button here. We'll go create post. And this is posts/new. Need to import a button. Right, let's go back to the posts. There we go. Create post. Cool, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just fetch all our forum posts. So we're going to fetch these. The newest ones will be at the top. So I believe that's reverse chronological order. So if we go into our TRPC server here, our routers, and look at posts, and now we've got our create post. And then we've got our get posts. All right. And then let's just see with get posts, order by created at descending. Great. So that's already there. So we can now say post type key. So we're going to call this So let's import trpc. All right. And then here we're going to have const posts query. No. Equals trpc dot posts dot get posts. Use query. And then inside here we're going to say post type key is forum. I believe that's right. So let's just open up our DB and just have a quick look. So post types, we have forum and question. So yeah, we're after the forum. Now let's just do a quick console log here and make sure we're all good. What do we have? Inspect this. Just want to double check this, that zoom. All right. So what are we getting back? Data, an array of 12. Excellent. Now, the one thing we need to do as well is make sure that posts, we're only looking for published posts. We don't want to get posts that are not published. So we're going to say published here, and that's as Boolean, that's correct. Now we're going to just say if published, so if input dot published is not undefined, that's right. Then we're going to say filters.push public input publish. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now we can say we only want to receive published posts on the index page. So in the users page, they want to be able to see obviously unpublished and published because they can still work on them. But once you've published, that's when we want to show these things here. So we're going to say const data, and this is going to be posts, and we're going to just cast that to an empty array like this. And then I can just stick that there. And now we can go have a look. Now we're getting our 12 results. And we're not passing publish through yet, so let's do that. So we're going to go here. I might just pull this to there, just to format this nicer. And we're going to say published true. Okay, now we should see that number drop. 2. All right, so we've got 2 posts that are published. 1, 2. Cool. The Melbourne 4x4 show and the Sydney 4x4 show. Perfect. Okay, so we got some posts. So now we can go through and loop through these things. Let's see if we've got a component set up for posts. Not yet. I wonder if we can create something here, post tile, possibly. So this will be post tile. All right, just quickly chuck that in. And this will be post tile. And this will expect a post. And let's import that type post from Prisma. All right. And then pass that through here. All right, so we got that now, and now we can import this component. All right. And then from here, we can, underneath this section here, let's set up another flexbox to contain these, and these are going to run in direction column. And then let's just loop through our posts here. Sweet. And then in from here, we're just going to return post tile. Done. All right. What is wrong here? You want one of these. Excellent. All right. There we go. We got some posts. All right. So the next one, we're just going to quickly style this little tile. All right. So in the post tile, what are we looking for? So we've got, that's the title. And then it looks like it's got the likes and the comments button next to it. And the category. All right. So let's just look in here and just see what we're getting when we get the post. And just have a look at what we're actually getting through here. So inside the post, we've got this ID got its comments here and the count of comments. That's good. But we don't have its category. So let's go and add that in. So when we fetch a post, or all the posts, we want to include the post categories. So it'd be post categories, include category, it'll just be category true. All right, let's just fix that. Let's refresh and see what we get. So we got post categories, category, events. All right, so that was what we'll pull out here, and it'll be events. Okay, so we got access to that now. This type will also be, type will be post with includes. So it'll be post with includes. So I'm just going to grab another with includes. So let's grab Prisma, posts. Okay, that's fine. So let's just grab through here. This is what we're including. Okay, and then we use this type there. Sweet. All right, so what's first? It's a little badge. So let's go to Chakra and see what we have. In terms of that, it's like, what's it called? It is a data display badge. That's what it's called. Okay, so we're going to grab that, and then there's a whole bunch of badge colors. So we go badge, but for now I'm just going to just set it in the badge. We can worry about the colors later. So how do we look? We go badge, title, and then the comments down below. All right, so let's go, the direction is column. And then we're going to say badge. Yeah, that's right. It's not category or keys. We'll go with the key. Is it the key? Maybe the title. And what we're going to do here is we're going to capitalize this. Or uppercase, sorry. So it's uppercase. It's text decoration. Text style. Where does uppercase live in? I think it's text style. Text transform. Text transform. There we go. Uppercase. All right. That should cast that to uppercase. Perfect. We want to also do width of 100 auto. Let's just set this to and then we want to justify flex start. Let me just see what's going on here. You don't want this to run all the way. I think it's justify. Flex start. So it's a line items flex start on this guy. All right. Sweet. I'll get rid of the width now. I don't think we need that. Great. All right, so now we need this guy. So I think we can run with H2s on that. So that'll be the heading tag. So here, and then we're going to say as H2, and that's the post title. All right. pretty big though. Maybe that's enormous. So if we go as h2, we're going to say size equals medium. Let me shrink the screen so we can see things. All right, so that's still a lot bigger there. What are we using on this one? So it's heading, font weight medium. Let's chuck font weight medium in there too. All right. Almost reckon, can we go small? Possibly. Okay, so we want this whole thing to be clickable as well, which we can sort that out. So let's chuck some margin top on here of large, I think. Oh no, it doesn't work like that. It works like 4, 2. And then around this whole box, we're going to set a border. So let's do that. So we go border width equals 1 pixel. And then we're going to say border radius equals large. And then what are we going to do here? So we need padding. Let's just see. Can we pad the whole thing? Because it looks like this picture runs all the way. Okay, so with this picture in the design, you can see that we have it bleeding to the edge. So we need to just do something slightly different here. We can't put padding on the main box. So what we'll do here is we'll add a flex that contains this stuff, the tags and all that. So, and then we'll give padding to that here. And then we can pad this out. Give that large padding. And then in here, we're going to have our image. And for now, I'm just going to say width 100%. And then height, I'm going to just say we'll constrain this height to whatever this is, 176. All right. And we're going to just set background color to gray for now. Okay. Sweet. And then so what we'll need to do here now is we've got padding, but we want to also put a little margin top on here of, I don't know, 4. Padding needs to be a number. Maybe 2. I guess we don't actually need a margin top if we've got padding. 2. That's all right. It looks like we do need a width. Oh no, wait. If we just do this align on this guy now. Great. Sydney 4x4 show. And then underneath that, we have the likes and the comments. So in here now, we're going to have a flex box, and then we're going to have likes and comments. So let's go to our like button and just see what icon we're using. So like button, it is, oh, it's usually a heart actually. So where does that look? This one. So let's import that. It's the outline heart. So we're going to have how are we going to do this? We're going to go, let's do another flex. And we're going to say heart, and then we're going to have a number of like 12. Okay. So let's do here align item center, because we want this all vertically centered, and we need the same thing on this guy. All right, that's hearts. There we go. It's HI heart outline, so let's just do that. Yeah. And here we're going to say margin left equals 2, maybe 4. Okay, we need to give it some margin top here. Cool. We definitely want to drop these guys down. Maybe 18. Cool. And then we just need to find the comment icon we're currently using. So let's open this up. Sweet, we're going to have comments. Doesn't look like we use the comments yet. So let's do HI comment. Does it have that? No. Let's go to our React icons. Comment. We want one of these FA reg comments. I wonder if there's a heart as well, maybe for the same. All right, let's just do import FA reg comments. And we'll use that one down here. All right. There we go. So it'll have 12. And what do these look like? So let's close this. That looks like it's just a standard font color. All right. So what we can do now is we can grab from our console. We can see here that in the post we have post account, post comments. So it's basically comments will be here and be post count posts comments. There we go. It's all good. We just need to just fix up the spacing here. So we want to probably add, can we add spacing here? I'm not sure. Maybe we can add this into a box. Let's import box, which I believe is just a span. But anyway, we go margin left 1. There we go. That works. Do the same thing here. We're using post comments for now, which is cool. But we do need to get the count of the likes. So let's see if we can get that. So it's post likes, post likes. So I just want a count of that. Post likes, true. Let's see what we're getting. Count, post likes, post comments. All right, great. Cool. So we can also now just add in here, we can go to the post tile. Let's add in a little bit of margin top. Let's do 4. There we go. Now we've got that. So we're going to conditionally render this image as well, because these don't always have images. We don't even have the facility to do that right now. But we want this whole box to be clickable or tappable. So you can do that in here with a special thing. Let me try and find it. An overlay. Is it an overlay? A link overlay. So we need an entire componental card to be clickable. So we're going to create a link box and then a link overlay. All right. So to do so, let's import link box and link overlay. Link overlay. So the link box wraps this entire thing. So I wonder if we can just change this to flex. Change it to a link box. We're going to say as article. That makes sense. All right. And then we want to also say flex, display flex. And then this is flex direction. All right, let's see if that works. So hopefully nothing changes. I can see a little visual bug here with this. So we need to make sure we have a border radius, border top radius of matching our thing, which is large. Now that'll wrap those corners nicely, okay? Now we need to add the link overlay, which looks like it sits inside of the heading. That's pretty much spot on. Great, and then close that off. All right, let's see what that looks like. Cool, now you can see this whole box is clickable anywhere in there. And that'll take us to our post edit. Now, obviously this doesn't exist yet, so that's fine. But this is now all working. Okay, great. So for now, let's just comment this out because we don't have it. What we'll do, padding 2, yep, that should still work. So if we just comment this out, there we go. So this is what a post looks like without a picture, which is probably the majority of posts. So now we have this and that. Now we can click on these to go and view what they look like. So let's set up that next page. Okay, so what we're gonna do before we actually move on is we're gonna add, so there's this categories page, which we don't have a way to show yet. So what we'll do is we'll move that into here, similar to this. We'll have posts categories here. So we can load all these up the top and then you can filter down by that. All right, so let's add that in. So let's go, how are we doing this with projects? It's gonna be, let's see, where have we done this? So I'm just gonna, you know me, like to copy paste. Search index, what are we using? So we're using a filter group. So we can do the same thing. This is awesome. So we've got a component. This filter group though lives. This doesn't need to live here anymore. So we are going to need to move this component. I might just leave it as it is for now because I think there's another feature being worked on with using it, but we'll refactor that out because there's no need for it to live into browse projects. It can actually just live as its own component. All right. Maybe I'll move that now. Just let's just see how many times do we use this thing. Let's just go look at where we import it. Okay, only 2 places, so it's an easy job to move. Let's just move it. So filter group will now be a top level component. Move. It now lives there. And now we just need to say, there it is. And then where's the other place? There. Browse manufacturers and search. So where is this? Where does this live? Where does browse manufacturers live? Okay, I'm not going to get too hung up on that one for now. So we just want to import filter group into our posts. So let's bring that in. Right, and then from straight under here, yeah, categories. All right, so we need to load categories. So let's just go here for now. We're going to try categories. All right, so we got our thing. So we need to load categories. So similar to what we're doing in the search page, I think we should set up a little, do we have a little hook here? Use browse projects. So I think what we could do here is we could do the same thing and we can go use browse posts and work from there. So let's do that. Let's create a new hook. And we're going to say new hook, use browse posts.ts. Okay. Let's grab this. Okay. I'm going to change wherever it says this to browse posts. Now, what are we looking for at the moment? At the moment, the only thing we can pass in is a category key. Or I guess it'll be a category ID. All right, that's all we can do right now, but obviously as time goes by, this will improve. So what do we need to do? We need to load categories. And this is categories query. So it's categories, get categories, and then here, category type is equal to post. And these are categories. All right, so we got categories going out now. And then this will be load posts. So what we can do now is pull this out. All right, and then we chuck that into our use here. Probably do want to limit. So I'll limit that to 100. And then we're going to pass in category, no. All right, post type key, publish true, posts, don't need any of this. Okay, now category ID. So we just need to add this to the endpoint on the posts. So at the moment we've got category key. Nope, we don't even have category key. All right, so let's do category ID. Okay. Now, yep, if input.category ID, we're going to go filters.push post categories. Yeah, you were onto it, mate. Keep going. Cool. 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 Sweet. So if we pass through a category ID now to the posts, we should get filtered posts by that category. Now using our thing here, we want to add this limit there too. Let's add limit, and that's optional. So down here, I believe it's take. I'll limit that to 100 always, but just in case. Sweet. So let's now pull this hook into our work here. So we're going to say import use browse posts, and it's going to be const browse post payload, and here we can pass through our category ID. So for now we're going to do nothing. It does need something. It needs an options object. Let's just do category ID as undefined. Okay, and then from here let's destructure this. All right, so we've got this, and we've also got our categories coming out of here. And let's just console log quickly what we have. Okay, so you see there now, so we're still getting our posts, which is awesome, but we're also getting 6 categories now. All right, so we can now loop through these. And we're going to do filter group dot tag, and this is category dot title, and this needs a key. What else do you need, mate? An href. So what does this look like now? This looks like posts, and then we're going to do category ID equals category dot ID. All right, so we got that. Basically, when you click on that, we're going to reset the URL. There we go. Now we want to select this. So in the search, let's just refer to how this works. Is selected. So let's go here. And what I want to do, I just want to return here. And I want to go const ID title for this category. And then I want to just change these out. All right, and then we need to also grab from here the query. So let's chuck that in here. And now we're going to get the category ID out of the query string. We need to use router. All right. Don't need this anymore. So we've got category ID. Now we pass that straight through. And then this is category ID. So if the category ID from the query string matches the category that we're looping through, we're going to turn it on like that. Sweet. So now you can see competitions, nothing. Events, 2. General, nothing. All right. So we've got our filter working. It's easy as that. All right. So we've got filtering and we can create here now. I'm still wondering about this button. I don't know if that's the best spot for it, but for now, maybe we just need to chuck a little border on top of that. And maybe a margin top. And then the margin top on the button as well can be a 4. Yep, that's a little bit better. Cool. All right, so create post, we can filter. What I would like to do as well is when you hit create post, while clicked on one of these, I want to pass that category through. So let's do post new, and then let's just chuck the category ID in here. Because that way you can create a post in the category that you're looking at right now. Right? So when you hit create now, we've got the category at the top here. Now we need to select that automatically. So I'm also going to just rename this, instead of categories here, it'll be called tags. Just so that it matches with this internal here where it says tags. Okay. All right, so that's clicked on events. Now we need to pass that through when we hit create. So let me just fix this up. Use browse post, category ID is string. Okay, that's all good. Sweet. All right, let's go into the next piece. So I just want to fix this create up quickly. So that is on pages, post new, post form. And the initial category is defaulted to, where are you? It's part of the use post form. So I wonder if we should initialize this. That's a key. We can attack that one later. It's a little bit of work, so we'll attack that one just a little bit later. Let's keep moving through here. All right, so when you click on this guy, client-side error, no good. So what we're looking at here is we are looking at posts and then post ID edit, but this will be post ID index. Right, so component, and this will be post view. Well, I mean, we just call it post page. Actually don't need this, don't need props right now. view post. Go away. Why do you do that to me? Did not want that. All right. So post page. There we go. View post page. All right. So now we on to the mobile layout. Chuck it into our frame. All right, cool. So in the next one, we're just going to quickly go through and style this page. Okay, so the view post page looks like this. So this is our cover image, heading, category, the posted date or the created date, and then this is our post. So this is where we're going to use our, what you see is what you get editor, rich text editor, and just render this. And then in here, we're going to have our comments. So it looks reasonably simple, which will be my famous last words. So from the post, we can grab a lot of stuff here. So we're going to just grab this to begin. Actually, let's grab this flex and this heading. So we need to bring that in. Okay, and this is view post for now. Cool. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use the router. No. Okay. So let's just look a little bit rusty on this always. Let's look at what it looks like to edit, where we're getting it from. The query string. All right, so this is post ID, yep. I'm just going to put that in here now. There we go, so we got the post ID, so that's great. So let's load this post now. So in here, let's import, not this, it's going to be trpc. And let's load it. So we're going to say const post query. And we're going to say ID is post ID and enabled is post ID. Data is post. And we're literally just going to chuck in here post.title. Boom, Melbourne 4x4 show. Okay. This can now be is an H1, that's great. Now we need the category. So that looks like post edit, no, post index. So we need to, I will grab it from the post tile again, the same way. Badge. Let me just tidy this up. So here's the badge. So put that under the heading. So we're not including this in the get post by ID. So let's go there. Where are you? trpc router posts. Get post by ID. We need to include the post categories. We also want the title. Okay. All right, same thing here. Getting this. So we need we need to justify is it justify items? Maybe align items. Yeah. Do we need some gap there? Yep, so it's an event, that's great. We want these clickable though. So can we add an href here? Let's go as a, and then chuck an href. Okay, so let's just fix this up. And here we're going to go to posts, category ID. So you click on events and it selects it for us. Perfect. What else do we have? Posted. So flex. Okay, margin top on that guy. We actually don't need to use a flex here, we can use a text. Sweet, and that can be much smaller. Bring that in there. Maybe small, let's just see it 100%. Yeah, that's pretty small. The color of that can be gray. Yeah. It's got an icon as well. So let's see if we can get a calendar icon here. FA reg calendar. Let's see if we can grab that one. FA reg we use that here. We'll do our same thing here. Let's import box. And from here, we're going to go margin left 1. Okay, so this needs to be... Why are you doing this to us? Maybe we don't... No, we do need a box. Let's make this a flex. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so let me just fix this up. Great. So we have this piece. Now what we need to do is render our post out. Okay, so to do this, it's a little bit different. We need to grab, let's go to our post editor, which runs the post form. And then it's going to have the editor here. I wonder if we could create a component for this. So instead of post form, we'll just go post viewer. All right, let's create a post viewer here. And what does that look like? It's just literally this. So it's going to be the editor without the toolbar. And the use post form. I wonder if we should use this. So we could use the use post form here. So we'll import this. This will be very similar to the editor, but except we're not allowing editing. I think this use post with includes. So let me just grab this. Cool. We don't need any of the callbacks here. We just need the editor. We don't need the form payload. Don't need any mutations. Might need the related entities. So also the editor we're going to import. Let's import editor. Save that. Post body data. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. So we're going to go to our posts. All right. And then we're going to have the viewer. So what I need to do here with this viewer is also make sure we just return if there's no okay. So let's just see here. So we probably need to publish this post, the rich text, just so we have some actual data to play with. Publish that now. If we go back, there we go, a rich text. There we go. So at the moment it's still editable, you can see. I can make changes, but there's a simple prop that we can pass in, which makes things much easier. So if we just go into our editor input, let's go there, please. Editor. Editor input. Now there is a prop here, read only. So let's add that in. Okay, and I'm going to pass that prop to here. Now we have editor. Now in the viewer, we can just say here, read only, true. Now, can't edit it. Done. How's that easy? All the work's done. So that's how we've got our blog post rendering. That's awesome. So the only thing that we want to do here is add a nice margin to this. So let's close off some of this nonce. Don't need you, don't need you. So let's chuck you in a flex. Move the viewer up. Okay. And now what we want to do is just have margin top here. I think what I even want to do is I almost want to separate this content by having a border top width of 1 pixel. Margin top there, and then I want to do a chuck a padding top on there as well, just to pad that out. Not sure about that. So maybe we can go border top style is dashed. That's better. Just something to do a divide there. Cool. There's the title of the post, and then here are the H1s and all your content. So that's looking pretty sweet. You've got your pictures. Now what I want to do is, like you can see in here, can you we can multi-select there. So we probably want to loop through these tags. So I might just chuck this on shed time technical. I just want to experiment with what that looks like. We want to see these references and these attachments. We want to probably somehow show these with links to these things so that you can go to them. So I'm going to have a chat and see what we can do here. But these attachments would be interesting. Like what I'm thinking is, like, if we have lots of pictures, I wouldn't mind showing like a gallery down below here. So if you imagine you did a post full of text talking about an event. Hey, my 4x4, the Sydney 4x4 event was really great. And please see below for all the pictures. You could have a full gallery of pictures. So I think that's something we want to do. So I'll have a look at how that works and functions. But yeah, so far that's it. So we've able to render our title, the tag, and all those things. So what I'll do is quickly is save these with multi-tag so we can just quickly add them in here. So we're going to change this badge thing slightly. Let's chuck it in a flex. And then let's go like this. Let's go map through these. I need post categories. Dot map. All right, so we want to have category. And we want to render out this. Need a key now, which will be the ID of the post category. Okay, let's see what this looks like. There we go, we've got 3 now. So let's just go margin right. Make it 2. What do these have a size? Doesn't look like that works. Let's just see what Shaq was saying is about badge. ML font size. So I guess it's the font size that can change. Change the size by passing the font size. Let's go font size. Too big. Let's see. I think that's still too big. It's probably exactly where we were. Cool, so now if I click shed time, there's the rich text post. Click technical. There's the rich text post. Awesome, I love that. What I want to do though is grab this and I want to put that into the post tile. We don't need this piece. Let's just see what happens. don't want a column. So we need a flex here as well. Let's move these into there. Boom. Love that. Get rid of you. Bang. Awesome. So now we see the 3 tags on that post as well. I think even here we can make these a bit smaller. There we go. Click on it. Beautiful. All right. That's us working with our tags, and we're showing all of them. Excellent. So we'll continue by looking at if we can add the attachments down below. All right, let's add the attachments to this thing. So close off the posts. So we're inside the post now. Close off this, close the viewer. We actually might need the viewer, coming to think of it, because the viewer has this post form, has this related entities. Let's just have a look what else we get off here. We get categories. Where do we have attachments? No related entities. Okay, I don't think we need this right now then. So let's go here. We might load those separately. So not in the viewer. Let's look at this post. Don't have attachments in here. Posts attachments. So let's look at the editor. How are we doing that? So we're going post form and attachments. Come through here. Get post attachments. Post attachments query. All right, this is what we need. So let's bring that into our thing here. So we are going to get post attachments with the post ID here. Attachment true, post attachments. All right, let's see what we have. An array of 10. That's what we want. Now, what are we getting? We're getting the attachment file extension. We'll get all the attachments because we can actually filter them. But what we'll do here is I'm going to create a hook called use post attachments. So let's do that. Use post attachments. Okay. So let's go from use post attachments. And what do we need? We need this. Run that there. Need trpc. Get post attachments. We want the post ID, so let's go options. Sure, for now. Okay. What are you saying? That's a string, that's right. Post attachments, we chuck that out. Now, the reason I'm splitting this out is because I want to be able to separate them. So I want to say these are the image attachments and these are the everything else. So, because we can only display images in a line, so in line, I should say. Let's just grab our hook. Okay. So we're going to go const post attachments payload equals use post attachments with post ID, which is just this. Let's see what we have. Post attachments, great. All right. So now what we're going to do in here, we need to decide if something's an image or not. So I might create a util for attachment. I'm going to go const file types like this. Now, so let's go attachments. So we're storing the file extension. So if we get a JPEG, we're going to say, I mean, you know what we could even do? Let's go image file extensions. Great, that's even added a nice one for us. And we're going to go const. So, I mean, that's all we need to know. And we're going to export a is image. And we're going to say file extension. And then we're going to just say image file extensions dot includes file extension, right? And this is just going to be a string. Okay. It's going to want a default here. For now, we'll just export that. Okay. So that's what we're doing. So we're just passing in the extension and we're saying, is this an image? Very simple. Okay. So let's import that. Import is image. What utils it is an asset? Ah, we've already got this. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll just move that to the asset file. So let's get rid of this attachment one. Looks like we've done the work before. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say, so we're going to say group attachments by type. That's not an any, that's a posts attachment. Okay, so we got our there. So what we're going to return is a shape. So let's do this. We're going to go const grouped is equal to post attachments dot reduce. And this group is going to be the accumulator and the posts attachment. And then it's going to be this looks all right. It's kind of got it. So I might just change this to, now, is that called file extension? And the key images, files. All right. Let's see what this does. Are we using this yet? There we go. So we can see we've just got an array here of images. So let's just quickly just test something. If we upload another file, can we do a PDF? Now if we refresh this page, we've got files, we've got a PDF, and we've got images. Perfect. All right, so from here we have grouped attachments. And that is from post attachments payload. Now, let's close this off. If we have here, so if we're going to go down the bottom, now what we want to say is, if we have grouped attachments, that's kind of right, but not. Grouped attachment dot images dot length. What have you done there? Dot length. Then we want to render out this flex box. We want to write images. Okay. So, and then this will have a margin top of 4. Now we need to just have a little, I wonder how we can do that. I wonder if we just do a little label. What if we use, oh, we can look at the project for an example. So if we go to our project, pages, components, project, parts, heading size small. So that's what we're using. So let's do that. Images. Great. And now what we will do is we'll do a grid. I wonder if this can, we can probably bump this up even more. Yeah, wondering about that one. 8. Okay, so where have we done a grid? So we can use this as a grid here. But the similar build is a grid. So if we grab simple grid, we grab this. Where have we done this? I was trying to think. Simple grid here. Now we want to loop through these. And this will be an attachment. I mean, for now, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go div. Okay. I think, is that going to be big enough? Maybe we can go columns 4. Just wondering what's going on here. Why this looks like this. Let's go here. That's why it's trying to fit it in there. Who is the default here? There we go. Okay. Sweet. All right, so we've got our images there. So now we just need to be able to render this. If we just loop over this, and what does this attachment look like? So if we just go in here, so it's the attachment here. So we now need to use something here. So we've got the height and we got the width. We need to use image. So let's see what we can do. So project, where's project images? I'm wondering where we are doing this. We are doing this inside of the form. Project image thumbs, here we go. It's image thumb. So we've got this component, which is great. That's what I was hoping for. Now I just hope this works, because this is expecting an image. So maybe we can change this to accept an attachment as well. So we chuck that in there. There's no href for now. So this is actually a posts attachment. And then there's an attachment coming out of this. There we go. So we've got that working. It's not even complaining, which is crazy. Now we just have to figure out what we have to do here to make this work. Height and width. So we have the height and the width prop. Yeah, let's go 200. So that's all right, but we want this thing to constrain to the size here. That looks very cool. Definitely looks very cool. How do we make this shrink now? So this div here, how do we make that contain itself? All right, so I've just quickly had a look and set the grid template columns here to 30%, columns 3, change the spacing to 2. And then I've passed through box props and I've set 100%, 100%, so that makes it the image grows to its box. So we now are nice and responsive. What I'm also doing now quickly is inside of the image thumb, I'm adding this use full size URL so that we can grab this full URL and use that as the href so that we can just link users straight here so they can see the full picture. And that's going to be the simple. So I'm just going to add a prop here. It's going to say href use full, so let's say use original image URL is a Boolean. Maybe we can say link so here, and we're going to say this will be false always. And then if we say link this, then we're going to say full size URL. Otherwise we use the href. Okay. Okay, so now let's see if I chuck this in here to this guy. Now when we click on these, it shows you the full picture. Cool. Pretty happy with that. So I might wrap that one up, but this is, now we have the ability to view all our posts. We can look at them, we can change the category here. We can go into one, read about it, see when it was posted, which I need to still update. That's an easy one. And then we're linking out the images here. So that's that. So that's it. Now we have a basic forum in play. What we'll do also in the background is we'll drop in the comments, which is, we've done that many times. And we'll have a fully functioning forum. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and catch you on the next one.